Mr. Benjamin Haley will give his toast.
My speech is covered in some alcohol. That shouldn't be sort of indicative of how this is going to go, but it is. So if I lose my train of thought, that's why. I'm the brother of the gentleman you may have met on the restroom door out there. That cute picture is what sort of greeted me to the world. I'm a little unclear on the parameters of this speech. I asked around. My mom told me that it wasn't supposed to be over a minute long and it wasn't to be a roast. It's going to be both of those things, Mom. I'm sorry. It's going to be all of those things. I got nothing else. I was expecting this mic to be cut by this point, so really gonna let me keep going? All right. I'm kidding, of course. Matt's got really nothing to worry about. Most of the incriminating things I know about him involve him telling his little brother to do something he shouldn't, and his little brother sort of acquiescing to those requests. And I can't really turn pleading the fifth into much up here, so I'm not going to talk about those things. I've been writing this speech sort of in some form for about 28 years. Ever since I peered up, cross-eyed, at my brother's face, staring me over the side of my crib. He asked for a stepladder, which, depending on your perspective, is because he wanted to watch me in my crib, or he was sort of casually contemplating offing me for the first year of my life. I made it through. My parents took the pillows out. Matt was always my big brother, and he never forgot that. Nor, for that matter, was I allowed to forget that at any point growing up. Nobody forgot it. Nobody forgot that. I don't recall ever winning an athletic contest with him. Rules are made to be broken when you're the big brother. Two-hand touch sort of fluently turns into tackle, back to two-hand touch, back to tackle. It gets confusing. I've never understood games. He was Davy Crockett, I was Georgie Russell. Does anyone even remember Georgie Russell, honestly? If you don't, then you understand the relationship entirely. My parents really threw a wrench into that hierarchy when they bought us both coonskin caps. I don't know how you dealt with that. That was a real crisis point. Speaking of hats, really nailed that segue. My grandmother had two hats at her camp for us to dress up in. One was like tricorn, black, regal, sort of made him look like he was supposed to be running a ship. The other one was a red, floppy-brimmed peasant hat. I still sometimes wonder whether the black one would have fit if I'd ever been given the opportunity to wear that. It's since been lost to history. I don't know where that is. I'll never know. I was willing to wear it, though. I never wanted to be far from him. I followed him everywhere. I'm very sorry about that. I followed him onto the school bus. I followed him into teachers' classrooms. Sometimes I stepped into their same good graces. Sometimes I trode defiantly into their bad ones with you. I followed him to camp. I followed him because it was part of the act when he was the lion tamer and I was the lion. I followed him on Easter egg hunts, which is really a poor strategy for filling up one's basket, you know? Luckily my parents used that as a teaching moment about sharing, so yeah, we all got the candy we deserved. I followed him into all of his Halloween costumes except for Peter Pan. Those tights and that shame were mine alone. I followed him onto his Little League team, his first job, college. This is a phrase seldom uttered during speeches of this nature, but you are now a free man. I release you. I didn't follow him to Australia. which is probably good. And also, why the story of how he introduced himself to Suze for the first time is so very curious. Suze insists he said his name was Ben. So I don't know if I'm in the cover for like a million introductions to females around the world for Matt. So he sort of figures it out, and then he says his name is Matt because he knows it kind of sounds similar. It's one syllable. I don't know. My name is Mud across the southern hemisphere. I don't know if people know the story of Matt's first Peter's family vacation in Australia. Suze's mom apparently pulled her into the bathroom and told her that Matt might be the one, which is amazing. Yeah, I find that very surprising. It is worth noting that the singular defining characteristic of Australia is that it was once a penal colony. And given that, Matt's relative lack of shiftiness must have seemed unique. It is, I would argue, the only explanation. She ended up being right, of course. Matt indeed was the man she was going to marry. And I'm so very happy about that. I'm glad he found another firstborn, honestly. That's key. That's pretty key. Yeah. Someone to leave him contemplating his own empty Easter basket. Someone who challenges him, someone who makes him laugh, someone who loves him as much as we do. Someone who doesn't follow him around. Someone not at all like his little brother, which is because that would be weird. Or his father, because that would be even weirder. Or, even his mother, despite sharing the exact same name. So Matt, it's been the singular honor of my life to be Georgie to your Davy Crockett, to be the Washington Generals to your Harlem Globetrotters, and to be somewhat incongruously a humble tenant farmer to your Fleet Admiral. A toast to your new position as cabin boy. Much love to you both. Your relationship is a vessel of a whole lot of my hope for the future, and I'm very excited for what it will bring to my brother and my new sister. May you meet it always side by side.
Beautiful.
Once again, please give it up for Holly, Lindsay, and Ben. Please enjoy your dinner, and we have more music coming right up.